In the NFL, quarterbacks get all the glory. But sometimes, a defender shows up and just completely embarrasses an entire offense. And we're not just talking about a regular interception. We're talking about the kind of picks that make you rewind the clip 3 times. The kind of plays where a linebacker, cornerback, or safety reaches into someone's chest and takes the ball like it was theirs the whole time. The 2025 NFL season delivered. We had athletic freaks going vertical, linebackers doing things linebackers have no business doing, and veterans closing out games like they were born for it. Today we're counting down the top 5 most disrespectful interceptions of the 2025 NFL season. These are ranked on a combination of athleticism, timing, impact, and, most importantly, pure disrespect to the offense. This pick has a storyline that makes it hit different. T.J. Watt, arguably the best pass rusher in football, missed 3 straight games after being hospitalized for a partially collapsed lung. He underwent surgery, missed weeks of action, and the Steelers were fighting for their playoff lives going into a win-or-go-home Week 18 showdown against the Baltimore Ravens. First game back, first quarter, and Watt ends up with the ball. It wasn't just a simple interception either. Lamar Jackson, the reigning 2-time NFL MVP, throws a pass that gets tipped at the line of scrimmage by Cameron Hayward, then deflected again by Alex Highsmith. In that chaos, the ball bounces back toward the backfield, and who is there to snatch it out of the air? T.J. Watt, the guy who just came back from lung surgery. The message was clear. I don't need to be at 100% to take the ball from you. Watt finishing the play and going down with that interception gave the Steelers prime field position and energy in what ended up being a 26-24 win that clinched the AFC North. The fact that it came against Lamar Jackson, a quarterback who rarely makes mistakes, and it was Watt's first game back after a serious medical procedure, that is nothing short of disrespectful. Speaking of disrespecting Lamar Jackson, we have to talk about Leo Chenal. For those who don't know, Leo Chenal is a linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Not a corner, not a safety, a linebacker. And not just any linebacker, a guy who in the same season might be lining up as a defensive end, then dropping into coverage, then blitzing off the edge. He's one of the most versatile weapons in Steve Spagnuolo's defense. In Week 4, the Chiefs were tasked with covering Ravens tight end Mark Andrews, one of the best at his position. They gave that assignment to Chenal. And what happened? Chenal blanketed Andrews so completely that when Lamar Jackson threw the ball down the right sideline, the only person in position to catch it was Chenal himself. And he caught it, one-handed, twisting in the air. First career interception, and it was Lamar Jackson's first interception of the entire 2025 season. Let that sink in. The first time anyone in the entire NFL was able to pick off Lamar Jackson in 2025, it was a linebacker making a one-handed acrobatic catch on a tight end route. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid was so stunned, he brought it up in his opening statement after the game. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that as a football fan, it was just an incredible play to witness. When Andy Reid is in awe, you know something special just happened. Leo Chenal came down with that ball and sent a message to the entire league. Don't sleep on the linebackers. Most guys slow down in their 10th NFL season. Kevin Byard did the opposite. The Chicago Bears safety finished 2025 leading the entire NFL with 7 interceptions. 7 in his 10th year, at 32 years old. When most veterans are fighting to stay on rosters, Byard was dominating like he was in his prime. And the Bears' defense, led by first-year head coach Ben Johnson, became the most feared secondary in the NFC. Now, picking just one Byard interception for this list would do him a disservice. But if we had to highlight the most disrespectful one, it's the diving pick on Jalen Hurts on Black Friday in Philadelphia. The Eagles had barely turned the ball over all season. They came into that game with one of the lowest turnover totals in the entire NFL. Jalen Hurts gets flushed from the pocket under pressure, tries to lead A.J. Brown down the sideline, and Byard, starting from the middle of the field, reads it instantly, sprints, and dives to snag the ball at the Chicago 49-yard line, his 6th interception of the season. On Black Friday, against the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions, in their own building. The Bears won that game, extended their winning streak to 5, and climbed to 9-3 at the top of the NFC North. At the end of the year, Byard was named first-team All-Pro. He went to his 3rd Pro Bowl, and he had this to say about leading the league. He came into the NFL knowing his job was to take the ball away, and he's been doing it his entire career. Consistency is disrespect in the most respectful way possible. 7 picks, 10 years in. The Bears' leader, pure class and pure production. This might be the most emotionally loaded interception of the entire 2025 season. Before this year, Nahshon Wright had exactly 1 career NFL interception in 4 years. He was a backup, a depth piece. The Vikings actually cut him in the offseason, and he signed with the Bears on a 1-year deal expected to be a reserve player. Nobody, and I mean nobody, had him circled as a playmaker going into 2025. Then Week 1 hits. Monday Night Football. Chicago Bears hosting the Minnesota Vikings, the team that just cut Wright. And on what play does Nahshon Wright announce himself to the entire NFL? He reads J.J. McCarthy's route immediately off the snap, drives on the throw, snatches the interception in stride, and takes it 74 yards the other way for a touchdown. 74 yards against his former team. On Monday Night Football, in his first game as a starter, Pro Football Focus graded it as one of the highest-graded single plays by a cornerback in the entire 2025 season. Wright didn't just intercept the ball. He diagnosed the route before the pass was even thrown, dropped into perfect position, and then outran everyone to the end zone. And it was only the beginning. Wright finished the 2025 season with 5 interceptions, tied for the most among all cornerbacks in the NFL, and led the entire league with 8 total takeaways. He was named to the Pro Bowl for the first time in his career. What makes this interception specifically disrespectful is everything it represents. You cut this man, you sleep on this man, you underestimate this man, and he burns you on the biggest stage possible. That is not just a great play. That is a statement. Nahshon Wright said what he needed to say without saying a word. Yes, Nahshon Wright is back at number 1. And this isn't just because the play was incredible. It's because of everything that surrounded it. 2 weeks before this game, Wright's former junior college coach, John Beam, was tragically shot and killed on Laney College's campus. Beam wasn't just a coach to Wright. He and his brother Rejjon, who also plays in the NFL, viewed Beam as a father figure, someone who believed in them when not many others did. John Beam called Wright the night before he passed and told him that in every single game he watched, Wright seemed to always come up with a pick. And then in Week 11, against the Minnesota Vikings, again, Nahshon Wright goes up in the end zone and leaps to intercept a J.J. McCarthy pass intended for Jordan Addison. The Bears are ahead but need the stop, and Wright delivers it at the highest point of his jump. He came down from that interception and just broke down. His teammates rushed to him. Kevin Byard, who also had a pick in the same game, celebrated with him and talked afterward about how Wright went up like he was playing in Lob City, 6'4" frame, fully extended, to steal a ball that had no business being intercepted. After the game, Wright told reporters he felt his late coach was watching over him. That Coach Beam called him the night before he died and said he always gets a pick, and then Nahshon Wright went out and got one in the most physical, emotional, sky-high way possible. That pick wasn't just disrespectful to the Vikings offense. It was a tribute. It was a grown man carrying grief and turning it into the greatest play of his life. 5 interceptions on the year, Pro Bowl selection, 8 total takeaways, the league leader in takeaways, and a career trajectory that no one, absolutely no one, saw coming. That is the most disrespectful interception of the 2025 NFL season, because it wasn't just about football, and that is your top 5 most disrespectful interceptions of the 2025 NFL season. From TJ Watt coming back from lung surgery to Lamar Jackson, to Leo Chenal making a one-handed grab look routine, to Kevin Byard refusing to age, to Nahshon Wright turning heartbreak into history. This season gave us everything. The NFL is a quarterback league, they say. But sometimes the defenders remind us who really runs the show. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more breakdowns just like this. And tell me in the comments, which interception on this list hit the hardest?